Hey there everyone, Justin Konovich here at the Cooking Dojo. I wanted to do a end of the year vlog. I've done it a couple times and it's gone over pretty well. So if you're new here, basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of reflect on how this year went for the Cooking Dojo and then talk about some things I want to try to do next year. Alright, so this year I gotta say has been one of the more progressive years for the Cooking Dojo. So we'll start with something small. I went to MagFest at the beginning of 2014. Discovered I had quite a few supporters, or at least certainly a lot more than I thought I originally did. So that was always great to know. I also got to meet a lot of the online producers that I've watched and that inspired me, and learned a couple of tips and tricks from them. Stuff I'm working on trying to put into here, when I can. Went to Katsucon and got a couple videos done, which was good. Those Appetizers Around the World video, which as of now I'm just going to go ahead and say those are probably done. It was way too much work, and with that being said, on top of all the other stuff I got going on, I just don't feel I can dedicate the time and energy into all those Appetizers Around the World videos that I would like to. Now maybe if this became a full-time job, I would love to do that, because I would definitely have the time and energy to do that. But that's neither here nor there. Let's just keep going and reflect on 2014. So our first big step was at KawaiiCon this year. I got to do a panel. That was great. Basically what I did was I talked a little bit about what I do as far as a cooking dojo, like talked about the comic, talked about what I do in my videos. And then I also talked a little bit about things to keep in mind when you want to do your own web series or comic, whatever. Basically whenever you're trying to put yourself out there as far as art goes. It went pretty well. Everybody, say maybe about 40 people showed up at the panel room. It was in the morning on a Friday, so you're not going to get as much on a Friday morning as you would on, say, a Saturday morning. But a good amount of people showed up. They seemed to be relatively interested. I mean, they all stuck around to the end, so, they were interested. I even talked to somebody after the panel and thanked them for coming to the panel, and they said I really inspired them to branch out and try to do writing. They didn't want to do it at first because they were worried about reception, but I gave them the push they needed to, try to be a writer. So that was really cool. I even got to sell comics at my friend's art table. Didn't do quite as well as I would have, if I had been at the table the whole time, but, my friend was nice enough to help me out, and I got a couple sold, so haven't given up on selling comics. So, definitely shoot again for next time I can go to KawaiiCon. And let's see. Videos I definitely feel got better once I finally decided. That was a big thing with Appetizers Around the World. Since the beginning, I got to admit, once I decided to, I know I said it a couple times, but I would always say, be fearless. And I never would. I would just do, by the book cooking, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel I do better in the creative situations, like where I get to, like when I do the Feast of Geeks, where I get to throw in the fandoms with the food. I feel like that's more my strength. So like this summer I did Feast of Geeks, the Entrees of Time, and that did really well. Or at least certainly better than most of my work has come out. I mean, each of those videos was averaging between 100 to 200 views. And I thought it came out great. Filming outside was great, all that natural lighting. But yeah, once I really decided once and for all enough is enough, I'm going to do this show how I want to do it, it got way easier. So, still trying to raise that viewer and subscriber count. Although we not only broke 100 subscribers on YouTube, but we also tripled our viewership on Blip. I'm sorry, we tripled our follower count on Blip. As of now, we have 124 subscribers on YouTube, which around this time last year I only had about 50, so that's a pretty significant jump for me. And I hope that continues to grow. And let's see, I wasn't able to do as many cons this year, unfortunately. But that's one thing I want to try to do more of. You know, social networking is great. I think it's great that we live in a day that it exists. I mean, I wouldn't be able to show you guys videos like this if, you know, we didn't have social networking. But I feel going out, meeting potential viewers and readers is going to have way more effect than me just talking in front of a camera or making a tweet or posting a status on Facebook. Not that I don't mind doing those at all, I just feel like face-to-face conversation is going to make way more of an impact. Which, speaking of which, kind of skipped something, and I can't believe I skipped this of all things, but in March we had our very first comic printed. Some complications as far as getting book 2 out, but it is on its way. I am definitely hoping about January or February we should have that all printed. Alright, so let's see. In October, we did our first official show in Tidewater Comic Con. That is at Virginia Beach, Virginia. We did pretty well. It was a one-day show, and I sold 17 books, which I'm told is pretty good, and I thought that was pretty good for a first show. So yeah, still continuing to work on the videos. The fighting game mixed drinks seem to do pretty well. So I definitely think I'll do those again next year. I would say this year went pretty well. It was definitely a much bigger step than I think we've done in previous years. So like I mentioned before, I think once I do more show appearances, and now that I finally just said, you know, I'm going to do this show my way, I feel like we're definitely getting better. And, you know, I got a great team of assistants and artists, so I think together we can really start to turn the Cooking Dojo into a real powerhouse. Okay, as far as next year goes, as I mentioned before, I am definitely trying to do more shows. As of now, we are doing a show in Las Vegas. We're going to Wizard World Las Vegas, so I'm pretty excited about that. My new artist will be with me, as well as a new assistant, so new things all the way around. But I'm definitely happy to have them as a part of the team. I think they're going to do great. And I'm really looking forward to traveling to Vegas. I've never actually been, so it'll be a fun new experience, and I'm hoping we sell a lot of comics and meet a lot of new people. I'm going to shoot for Tidewater Comic Con again. That is, I want to say it's the middle of May. I do know it's in May, but that's a 2-day show this time, so hoping we'll do a little better then. But yeah, so we're definitely going to do more shows. I'm sorry, I know I probably said that like 6 times already. So more shows. Probably going to try to do about 3 or 4 if I can swing it. And as far as videos go, those are going to keep coming out. I'm going to try to balance it out because there's the storyline, the World Chefs Tournament, which I did to make up for appetizers around the world. Going to try to pursue more of that. Still more Feast of Geeks. I definitely want to do another series like what I did with the Entrees of Time. I just haven't decided what yet. I have a few ideas written down, but it's just deciding which ones I'm able to do and which ones I want to do right away. So, alright guys, well, I think that about covers it. I just want to say, you know, thanks for all the support for this year. And I hope you guys continue to stick around for next year and years after that. And if I didn't say it at the beginning, if you're new, be sure to rate and subscribe. And then comment below what you've thought of this year. Okay, you know what? Better idea. Alright, go ahead and comment below what your favorite video was this year. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and you guys have a Happy New Year.